extra sensory perception into that.
Is there a greater influence of someone with a high energy affecting someone with low energy, or the low energy to bring the higher energy down?
It can go either way.
I wonder what strength, what leads? I mean, how is
What
that?
leads is whoever is focusing on it the most.
Yeah.
So for
And that's
instance,
the strength that she said. the
if
strength
I
of the
walk
signal.
into the room and I come into the room completely negative, and I sit in this space, I can concentrate on my negativity enough to make each and every one of y'all feel the same thing.
True.
Literally.
Really?
We don't understand the power of the brain.
Absolutely.
And how God created us in a manner. If we're created in God's image and He can just speak to a thing and bam, there it goes. What is it that you think you can do?
We can do the same thing.
We can do it, we just don't do it because society has told us that there are certain things we do a certain way in order to get a certain result. And that's what she's trying to help us to understand. We have to get beyond our natural element and get to the spiritual element, because all this is how we were created.
I imagine we can fight it off in the same way, right? The negative.
Okay, I have a question.
No?
So
You don't want to fight.
if you
You don't want to
have,
fight the negativity because you're creating more tension. You ever see, ninjas, when they are battling or sparring, do they use force against their against their enemy?
Looks like it, yeah.
They don't use force. Throw a punch at me, please. Oh, okay, well, I didn't expect that. If she were to throw a punch at me, if I try to resist her, it's her strength against mine, and I'm creating more tension. Okay, and it's a stronger person that's going to win, or the beefier, or whatever. But if she throws a punch at me, and I deflect it, and then I take her off guard, I haven't expended any energy, I'm still in a positive state, and I've knocked her off her balance. So you want to use your opponent's energy. This is all positiveness, and then take them off guard. But you don't want to go up neck and neck because, again, you're creating resistance. This is force. You're tiring yourself. You're going to expend your energy, and you could lose. You could lose.
Goes back to grandma's answer. Kill them with kindness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all love.
You know what really helps me is awareness. When I'm aware that a thought of negativity comes to me, or a
Yes.
thought of positive, I'm aware of it, and I love silence. I have a lot of silence in my life. I don't listen to music or anything. I just go to a very silent place and try not to have any thoughts. And no thought to me is peace.
Right.
So that's kind of what I do a lot, you know.
That's meditative practice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
so I have a question.
Please.
If you are going to have a interaction with someone, a meeting, and you already anticipate that it's going to be adversarial, and you know that your energy level is low, or you just don't want to participate in that, how can you employ that technique going in the door? Like, and I can understand killing someone with kindness, but how can you do that without appearing to be condescending or unauthentic, I guess? You know, so like to be received in the manner in which you're intended. How do you do that?
Go ahead.
You have to first change your mind before
Thank
you go in the door.
Change your energy.
Because if you already know that it's going to be apprehensible, that, you know, when you get there, there's going to be a conflict, you have to tell your brain that you have to do something different. You can actually tell your brain, this will not be a confrontation. We're going to go in here and have a decent discussion as two adults. I'm going to be able to be respectful and say what I need to say, and they're going to be respectful. But you have to create that thought.
And the other thing I do normally in that situation is put yourself in the other guy's shoes and think why he is doing it. And that will flow to you that it's the reason why he's doing it.
I had a
That's
perfect
the compassion.
That's compassion.
I had a perfect example of that just this week. My sister sent me an email about some grievances she's got with my mother and her, you know, and some issues, and triangulating me into a situation. And I was immediately, offended, and I wrote her this long email addressing each one of her points. And I read it to my husband, and he said, I would not send that. He said, just tell her that she's making a bigger issue than there is, and just leave it. So I just wrote her off and said, don't make this an issue. And I sent it off to her.
Beautiful.
And I could have just accentuated that negativity,
Right.
but
That's
I
what she was
just
looking for.
deflected it. I never got another email back.
That's what she was looking
Right.
for.
Yeah, that's what she was looking for,
Yeah.
and so I'm afraid I'll have to deal with it at some point. I mean, it just deflected that combative
That's right.
situation
That's right.
temporarily.
That's right. That's right. Even if you're doing a cover letter or some, it depends, what you say in that letter can reflect who you are. Absolutely. So, that's right. That's right. That's the first thing they see. And as a recruiter, that's probably how you sift the first pass of sifting through resumes. Right. That's right. Did that help,
Yes.
Kristen? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you, everybody. I want to offer you a technique that might seem contradictory to what we have been taught, but it's one that uses not only affirmation and neurological reprogramming, but it also uses the negative affirmation. I am an affirmation queen. I grew up on affirmations. It works. It works. Until maybe about 2 years ago, I realized I'm still saying all my affirmations, and it's not working the way I used to be able to manifest certain things. I'm not feeling this. Wait a minute. I am love, I am positive, I feel good, I this, and all the positiveness, but I'm realizing that there's other stuff surfacing, coming to the surface. I feel afraid. I really feel angry. And I'm telling myself, no, but I'm positive and I can do this, but I'm being true to myself. This is my true feeling. Wait a minute, what is this? And it seemed almost like a paradox, or am I deluding myself? I'm telling myself in my brain to think one way, but yet still I know I've harbored these negative feelings deep down inside. Case in point, one thing I need to work on right now, and I'm working on right now, I need to be able to establish healthy personal boundaries. I'm not a boundary person. I let everybody in. I help everybody. I love everybody. The stranger passing down the street, come on in, have something to eat, and I love being like that. That is just me. Well, you know what? It's not serving me. It's not serving me. Why is it not serving me? Because my energy is being depleted. And how can I claim to love everybody if I'm not first truly loving myself and replenishing myself, saying no to certain things and yes to certain things? What a hypocrite I have been all my life. But it's all good. It's all good. It's the awareness. It's the awareness that I'm very grateful for. So I could tell myself all day long, I am loving, I am kind, I'm compassionate and all that sort of stuff. But yet still, there's a part of me that's resenting not getting enough sleep. There's a part of me that's resenting not being able to buy that outfit that I've always wanted because I'm taking care of everybody else. There's a part of me that, I don't know where all this is coming. So, what do I do with this? Until I found a technique that's been working for me, and I really, really want to share it with you guys. It has to do with tapping. Emotional freedom tapping or something like that is a technique that a lot of counselors use. Are you guys familiar with it? Have you done it before?
Haven't tapped a thing.
Haven't tapped a thing. Okay? And I think they charge around $100 or $150 an hour or something like that.
That's why I haven't
You're
tapped
getting
it.
it for free. You're getting it for free.
I just read about it on the internet.
On the
Just
internet,
tried it a
yeah.
couple times.
I never heard it.
Well, I don't really know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't feel a darn thing. But I kept doing it because it made sense to me based on how I was feeling. And there's another element to it.